Hey guys, welcome to Carl's Off the Grid. I'm a little bit late on a video that I traditionally do. I say traditionally lightheartedly because this is only my second year having the cabin. But at the end of last year, I went ahead and I gave a wrap-up video showing all the accomplishments that we had did. And I think I'd like to do that again this year. Sorry for it being a little bit late. But I think it's pretty essential just to give a quick recap. And weather outside today isn't the greatest, so I don't really want to be outside working today anyways. So let's go ahead and I'll show you what we've all done for the cabin this year. And then maybe we could talk about things that we are going to do in the future at the cabin. So I didn't do things really in the right order when I started building this off-grid homestead. The first building that we should have done was that one right there, and that's our outhouse and bathroom facilities. I'll show you a quick clip of that, and that was the first major project that my wife and I did this year. We did two parts. We went ahead and we put in a walkway, which is now buried underneath the snow, and we put in solar lighting to it. And we also went ahead and built the world's greatest outhouse. So if you haven't checked out that video yet, go back in my list of videos and check it out. That thing is constructed really incredibly. So that was our first project that we did. Take you for a tour and show you how it turned out. I just basically put this handle on to keep any rodents or anything out and keep the door shut. Come on in. Up here I went ahead and put in a chain stop so that the door, if the wind grabs it when the grandkids are coming in, the door can't rip off the hinges. And then it's got a spring that automatically closes the door. And we went ahead and installed the poly roof, which will let lots of sunlight in so that you'll be able to see under any type of light circumstances. And the nice part about it is on the back side of this outhouse is a hill. So even with this being as low as it is, you'll still have plenty of privacy. And then to finish it off, we finally put the seat on the throne, so to speak. And the second project that we did, which I think is an essential for any off-grid homestead, when we get up here late on Friday night or Thursday night, it is as dark can be. We are miles away from any town. And so the next project that we did is we went ahead and put in that little mini solar panel. And this light right here is wonderful because when we first pull up, it automatically lightens up the area, and we're able to see exactly where we're going when we start unloading all of our stuff from the car. So that was pretty amazing. It's a must do thing. You have to have that. Using flashlights just sucks. I'm glad we're past that. And we can't forget the episode where we had Wiley from Wandering Wiley come over, and he visited me and helped me put my solar panels up on top of the garage. And I know I've been doing a lot of solar installation videos lately, so I'll spare you going into too much of that. But that was huge to be able to get that up on top of the garage permanently. It now affords me to have my battery at full charge every time I get up, rather than the old way that I used to go about it is I would have to take my panels out and set them up on the driveway. And I'll see if I can come up with a clip of that. But yeah, this has been a heaven sent as well. It's made my life a lot easier. All right, folks, so here's how it ends up looking when the panels are up on the roof. You can see Wiley went ahead and he put some 1x4s, rough cut lumber down, and then we simply screwed that to the tin. We made sure that there was gasket material so we didn't have to worry about any leaks in the roof. Those wires are UV rated, so I'm not really worried about the sun rotting them, but either way, I feel better having everything protected. And let's go ahead and I'll show you a little bit more of the electrical work that we did out in the cabin. So just the other side of this wall is where we have all the stuff for the solar mounted, the charge controller, the inverter, all that good stuff. We went ahead and ran it underneath ground, which you can't see because obvious reasons. We have the snow. And then we ran it up the side of the building and came into the cabin. And that's where we went into the cabin and then permanently adjoined it to the interior of the cabin. And then one extra feature that I did, which has really been handy, is I went ahead and I installed this extra outlet to where if I want to power the cabin off a generator, I have the option of either plugging it in the garage by the solar, or I can plug in a cord right here, a double-ended male cord. And yeah, that will go ahead and let us power the cabin with 110 rather than our solar power. Okay, so we've got the trench ran and the conduit is buried. I've got my 2 DC wires coming through here, the black and the white, which I will connect to the charge controller. And then the AC wiring for the cabin is going to be as simple as plugging in this blue extension cord, and then I just turn on the inverter, and now I have full 120 volts to the cabin. Another one of the most, they all seem to be one of the most important projects that we did. We just didn't have enough time this year to get to them all. Was before we had any water, our daily routine would be we would have to get in a truck and drive over to our artesian well that we have and load up all the water jugs and bring all the water back to the cabin. And that was fine. But after a while, it got really, really old. We still do that in the winter time because we are living off grid and we don't heat the cabin when we're away. But one really cool innovation that we have is hidden underneath this bucket, and that is this year we struck water. We have our own well. I'm not going to try pumping it right now because obviously I don't want it to freeze and to damage anything. I did have to paint it a darkish gray to kind of blend in with the trees. On my security cameras, I did have one individual that kept coming in and using the well, which I don't mind. I don't mind sharing my stuff, but this handle that I have down underneath to hold the water up in so that I don't have to prime the pump all the time, the guy didn't understand what that was for, and he ended up breaking it. And I thought, we're going to put an end to that. So I painted it camouflage and I put up a no trespassing sign, and I think he finally got the hint and he hasn't been back since then. And hopefully nobody else finds out about this because this is a really precious commodity. If you haven't seen my off-grid shower video yet, go back in my videos and check it out. We use an instantaneous water heater that is incredible. We enjoy having beautiful warm showers. So now it's as simple as we walk out our back door, pump a 5-gallon bucket out of this well, and that gives me about a 20-minute shower, and it's just been incredible. I'm grateful that we have this. There we go, and we're getting water. It's crappy water right now, but I'm gonna go ahead and I'll keep pumping this thing. We got clear water. So this water table is, I think it's pretty good. The water's coming out of the ground ice cold. So some of the good memories that I have of different videos we've done this year as well, where we went ahead and I remember putting the pier in the beginning of the year, and I should have done a blooper reel on that. The water was really, really wavy. I was getting blown around as I was trying to put the the sections of the pier in, and I had so much water filling the inside of my chest waders. I swore I was going to get hypothermia. But it was fun doing that. We did a video showing the essential things that you need when you first want to start your own homestead, the tools that you should get. And I talked about the things that I used the most. I talked about the chainsaw that I used and some of the equipment for cutting wood. I showed a cant tool that was introduced to me from Wiley. And that cant tool is very essential. If you don't know what a cant is, when you're working by yourself, this particular cant helps me move large logs. I was moving 10-foot logs that were about 16 to 20 inches in diameter by myself, and it lifts it up in the air so that you don't dull your chainsaw. And I showed you an ATV that we had purchased. And that also was very essential. I can't get any of my wood processing done. I can't get the lumber out of the woods if I didn't have that machine. And then lately, the latest thing that we did is the snowplow. And I've done a couple videos where we featured in the beginning the snowplow taking off. But this was huge and essential for the channel this year. Last year, I got very lucky. It was warm out, and we didn't have much problem getting back to the cabin. I'm very remote here. I am out in the middle of nowhere. The closest town to me is Iron River, Michigan. And even there, it takes me about 15 minutes to get there on a snowy day like today. And that snowplow, if I didn't have it this year, I would have been screwed. We've got a couple feet of snow already this year, and that snowplow has made it possible for me to get back to the cabin. So that was a huge plus for the cabin as well this year. And then we also had videos that were fun.
Protect your eyes, because you know what they say, the eyes are like the family jewels of the face. And you just want, they're fragile and you want to keep them protected,
For sure.
But
all right, this is going to be the dangerous part, is the drilling. So like we warned you earlier, please do not try this at home. We'll bring it closer up to the camera so you guys can see what we're doing. All right, go ahead. All right, so we have a hole drilled in the end, and Shorts is going to go ahead and insert a wick. And don't have anything that could cause static electricity around you, because this will detonate. She going?
we're ready to go.
All right. Does it matter how deep the wick is into the
Nope,
potato?
that's,
okay.
½ inch, ½ inch. That's good to go.
All right. So this is live right now. We're gonna go ahead and light this, and we'll go ahead and we'll show you the result, and we'll see if it's as strong as you claim it's gonna be. I got faith in you. You're my son. So let's go ahead and we'll set this thing off.
Any thoughts, Animal? No.
All right.
And a few words.
Everybody okay? All right, we did it. Let me go grab the camera. You know, folks, I started this channel roughly about 2 years ago, and I've only been in the cabin for a year and a half. And I'm just humbled at the amount of people that have subscribed to the channel and the amount of views that I've had. Views are way up. I've never been a number of guys to boast about numbers or anything, but YouTube in their last notification, they congratulated me that I'm coming close to 750,000 views, and I never pictured this to turn out and to be like this. This channel was basically set up to be a documentary for my family, so that the family could see what I'm doing at the cabin. I have adult children, and they have families of their own, and they are off in different states here in the great United States. So that was my intentions, was to set this channel up to let them see the progress that was being taken place here at the cabin. And it just really took off, and I'm very humbled. I'm coming in, as of right now, I'm coming up on 10,000 subscribers, which just humbles me. I am so grateful for the friendships that I've made on this channel. For those of you that are subscribers that comment week in and week out on the comment section, you guys are incredible. It's like we're one big family here. And for the other YouTubers that I've met and the relationships that we've developed, there's several that are here in Wisconsin, and I'm not going to start naming all the channels because I don't want to leave anybody out, but you guys know who you are. And there's a sense of family here. There's a sense of camaraderie here. And it's just humbling for me. You know, up here at the cabin, sometimes it gets a little bit lonely because a lot of times with my wife's health the way that it was this year on and off, I came up here a lot to keep the progress going, and it's not always easy. And trust me, YouTube does not pay anything really to speak of. And I do it because of the love of meeting you folks, and I do it for the love of the relationships and the friendships that we've had. And that's the most heartwarming thing to me, and that's what keeps me going from video to video. So if you watch week in and week out, subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything. It'll help get me in the algorithm. Hopefully one day this channel might evolve to be a little bit bigger, and we can have more people, more friendships reach out there. And I just want to thank you all for the kindness and the generosity that you've shown me this last year. It's been just heartwarming to me, and it really makes my life seem fulfilling. So I appreciate that. We'll catch you next time on Carl's Off the Grid. Thanks, guys. I really do appreciate it.